Today I'm going to be signing inside of a Roblox on my new phone. So let's create an account. Guys, don't look at this so you won't see my birthday. Okay guys, this is my username.
Thanks to an intense and almost unprecedented heat wave hitting much of the U.S. Triple-digit temperatures are breaking records in major cities, with extreme heat warnings now in effect from the Northeast to the Midwest.
So,
yeah, you gotta be careful. We gotta stay hydrated.
No.
And just don't stand in the sun for too long. The high temperatures are due to what's known as a heat dome, an increasingly common
So guys, I'm not letting you see my freaking password. So bye. Okay guys, I did all that stuff. Now let's do my avatar.
New York, locals and tourists are feeling it. Okay. And even with officials warning folks to stay indoors, some say they're sticking to their normal routines. Now, high temps are expected to linger in the region for the next few days.
First alert weather. Well, it's the exact opposite here across the Southwest. Temperatures below average once again. Typical high 102 this time of year. We're going to 94 for the high this afternoon. So below average temperatures not going to last as we go to the weekend and into the start of July. We are moving in a warmer direction for the second half of this week. And that does look to continue into next week as we go into the start of July. A 40 to 50% probability of warmer than average weather. And we had it on the first alert weather calendar yesterday. Potential for some monsoonal moisture heading into next week. And the Climate Prediction Center is also picking up on that. The colors are green. That's a 30 to 40% probability of wetter than average weather.
So guys, this is going to take me a few hours, so let's skip this part.
Officers say they found a man dead with
Okay
gunshot
guys, this is my
wounds.
avatar now.
Investigated
Now let's go play some
a man has yet to
games.
be identified. Police are asking anyone who might know something to
First,
contact them
let's
for Crime
play
Stoppers.
Dress to a
Multiple shots at a
Prince.
detective in northwest Las Vegas. That shooting happened last Friday near Durango Drive and Patrick Lane. That detective was conducting surveillance related to a series of burglaries. Police say
First,
22-year-old Kai Jackson shot at the detective's unmarked car
let's
as
play.
the officer tried to leave that scene. Investigators say Jackson and the shooting were not connected to the case the detective was working on. Jackson was arrested with the help of SWAT. He now faces attempted murder and firearms charges.
Now, on 5 News, first alert weather. So live look from the sunset camera. This camera's been pointed east the past couple hours, seeing the smoke from the weapons fire. Just from Kim reporting last time. We'll show you a spot fire picking up, and that's often the case with these fires. The industry will fly and start new fires nearby. And the thing is, today, it's not a big wind day. The wind right now will hear the fires at 10 miles per hour. So somebody thought the firefighters are handling on the fire is in the Savoy Stadium. Our average time this time is 102. Light and the air, of course, dry. The clouds we are seeing upstairs in the atmosphere. So at the surface, we still get that dry desert air in place. Now, once the sun goes down at 8 o'clock tonight, we'll fall to 89 at 9 o'clock.
Documents from the PUCN show the power company overcharged some 60,000
Okay, now we are back in just in test.
2001.
Sorry, my
iPhone
is real bad.
Misclassified with the express purpose of avoiding similar situations in the future. The lawsuit looking to compensate those customers that were reimbursed for their inflated power bills. Beyond that, it says it will not comment on an open investigation. The presidential mandate is clear past the big beautiful. The 4th of July is still ahead on Republican leaders' plan to make that happen on the day.
Plus, the eastern U.S. endures heat, typical for the Southwest. We will explain the phenomenon behind the sizzle later.
And still ahead in the next half hour, as immigration fears are on the rise, one local therapist intern is offering pro bono therapy to immigrant community, no questions asked. You're watching Fox 5 News, local, Las Vegas.
breaking news. This was the scene outside Fox 5 News at 7 p.m. Hi, I'm Nick Bernstein. I'm proud to bring you Fox 5 to bring you Fox 5 News at 7 p.m. with limited commercial interruption.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now, I have Ringo. The once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash with eczema fast. Some get significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieve dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin, plus many have clear skin and less itch even at 4 years.
Rinvoq can lower the rate of fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and Ebola. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. See the event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you have these events: infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant or planning, don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Your favorite, Mr. Fluffy here. Kitchen sink's clogged and it's interrupting my nap time. Vegetech Plumbing can help. They're the best in Vegas and they solve plumbing problems fast. Cat families get 10% of plumbing repairs. Dog families too, unfortunately. Chase the mouse after the plumbing's fixed. Call Vegetech Plumbing now. Meow.
It's Washington's game, taxing us to equal their living waste. Congresswoman Susie Lee voted to make it worse, pushing a huge 22% tax hike on working families. Lee would raise your taxes to keep giving free healthcare to illegals and tax breaks to billionaire sports team owners. These tax hikes would cost Nevada's working families over $5,000, raising taxes on seniors too. Tell Susie Lee we can't afford her tax hikes. We need Trump's working family tax cuts.
Sound Off Sports. Sponsored by Sam and Ash. In a crash, call Sam and Ash.
President Trump's deadline for his sweeping agenda bill is rapidly approaching. Congress is running out of time to make it happen.
Lawmakers are now being told to stay as long as necessary ahead of the 4th of July to get it done. Connor Hansen has more details.
After securing a ceasefire in the Middle East, President Trump's focus is shifting back to his domestic agenda. He wants Senate Republicans to work out their disagreements on his big, beautiful bill by the end of this week. The president wrote, quote, "Lock yourself in a room if you must. Don't go home."
Failure here is not an option, and this is the fulfillment and implementation, this bill, of the president's agenda.
A lot hinges on how fast the Senate can finish its work and how many changes it hands back to the House. House Republicans have been told not to go on vacation for the 4th of July weekend until they are done.
If the Senate does its work on the timeline that we expect, we will do our work as well.
The original version barely passed in the House. GOP senators are still working out complicated issues like the state and local tax cap, a red line for House Republicans in states like New York and California. Soon, senators will begin what's called a voter-rama, a marathon session of roll call votes on amendments. Democrats plan to use that time to put their objections on the record.
Will force Republicans to explain in multiple ways again and again and again why they want to cut taxes for the rich at the expense of working people.
Today, classified briefings on the U.S. strikes in Iran were postponed. That could still delay the Senate's vote on the big, beautiful bill. They do hope to begin votes on key legislation on Friday. The Trump administration is reversing some of Elon Musk's cost-cutting actions. Federal agencies are bringing back workers laid off by the Department of Government Efficiency. Employees who took voluntary retirements, they are also being called to come back to the office. Analysts say this reversal shows the administration lost too much expertise that would be too difficult to replace over the next few years. Federal agencies say they are still working on their reduction in force plans to help improve the overall bottom line.
Decorated Army veteran living in Hawaii was forced to self-deport by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Say June Park said goodbye to his life and family Monday at the airport in Honolulu. Park had been living in the U.S. for 48 years and self-deported to South Korea. The Purple Heart veteran fought in the Noriega War in 1989. Park was allowed to stay in the U.S. under deferred action, but he was convicted in 2009 on drug charges and served 2.5 years in prison. After his release, Park's green card was revoked. This month, officials ended his deferred action status. Park was told he had to leave or be detained and forcibly deported.
California's peak fire season is still a few months away, but firefighters say they are seeing even more fires as well as more damage so far this year. CAL FIRE has reported 2,990 fires this year so far. They have burned 93,000 acres. It's a major jump compared to last year. The last 3 weeks of January, SoCal dealt with that devastating wildfire. Now officials say Northern California is seeing a bigger threat for wildfires.
We've seen recently in the last month that fire activity's been picking up, and we've had dispatches going out across Northern California.
Like this morning, we showed up and we had 3 fires already. And yesterday we stayed put all day long without any air support. It would be a catastrophe almost every other 2 fires.
We've been doing a lot of proactive work, prescribed fire, try to eliminate some of the fuels that are available to feed a wildfire.
CAL FIRE says the number of wildfires is above the 5-year average so far. Crews are trying to be prepared for what could be a rough peak fire season from July through October.
Tropical Storm Andrea became the first named storm of the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season. On Tuesday, the storm is 1,400 miles off the east coast with winds up to 40 miles per hour. It is not expected to make landfall and will fizzle out by Wednesday. Environmental conditions have led to a slow start to the season with strong winds and cool ocean temperatures due to Saharan dust. Despite the slow start, NOAA is forecasting up to 10 hurricanes this season. California's peak fire season is still a few months away.
Firefighters say they are seeing even more fires as well as more damage this year. CAL FIRE again reporting 2,990 fires this year. They burned about 93,000 acres. It's a major jump compared to last year. The last 3 weeks of January, SoCal dealt with those devastating wildfires. Now officials say NorCal is seeing a bigger threat for wildfires.
We've seen recently in the last month that fire activity's been picking up, and we've had dispatches going out across Northern California.
Like this morning, we showed up and we had 3 fires already. And yesterday we stayed put all day long without any air support. It would be a catastrophe almost every other 2 fires.
We've been doing a lot of proactive work, prescribed fire, try to eliminate some of the fuels that are available to feed a wildfire.
Now, as for the eastern U.S., it is suffering through a Las Vegas level heat wave. People from the Northeast to the Midwest, they're
Okay,
seeing
guys,
triple
I'm
digit
just
temps
gonna end
typical
it
for Southern
here,
Nevada in the
and
first week
I
of
hope
summer.
you like this
Meteorologists
video.
blame an increasingly common weather phenomenon known as the heat dome.